Many times, we believe money is only about earning more. But in reality, the way we manage what we already have makes all the difference. The first common financial mistake is living above one's means. This means spending more than you earn, or spending everything you receive without leaving any margin for the future. This mistake is fueled by the desire to show an image of success, buying brand-name clothes, changing cell phones every year, or financing a car beyond your means. The problem is that this pursuit of status creates a cycle of dissatisfaction where nothing ever seems enough. To break this pattern, it's necessary to understand that living below your means is not a sign of failure, but a sign of financial intelligence. It's choosing stability over appearances. The second mistake, which often goes unnoticed, is not keeping track of expenses. Imagine you have a box with a hole at the bottom. No matter how much money you put in, it always slips out. That's exactly what happens when you don't track where every dollar goes, without notes, spreadsheets, or apps. Financial life becomes a drifting boat, with its destiny left to luck. Having control means recording fixed, variable, and discretionary expenses and comparing them month by month. This habit reveals hidden patterns and shows where waste lies. Many people are surprised when they discover how much they spend on small purchases, coffees, or unused subscriptions. Another recurring mistake is the misuse of credit cards. When used wisely, credit cards are a powerful tool offering convenience, security, and even benefits, such as miles and cashback. But when poorly managed, they become a silent trap. The problem begins when the card is seen as an extension of income rather than a payment method. Paying only the minimum balance is falling into the abyss of compound interest, which can turn a small debt into something unpayable within months. The secret is to use the card only when you already have the money to pay in full, and to never let credit dictate your choices. The absence of an emergency fund is another serious mistake many people make. When an unforeseen event arises, whether a health issue, job loss, or unexpected expense, those without a safety net end up resorting to loans or overdrafts. This choice generates expensive debt and creates a difficult cycle to break. The emergency fund acts as a buffer that protects your financial life against life's ups and downs. Building it requires discipline, but it's an investment in peace of mind. The ideal is to gradually save until you have 3 to 6 months of fixed expenses kept in a low-risky, easy-access investment. A fifth mistake, perhaps the most silent of all, is failing to invest. Many people keep money sitting in checking accounts or even hidden at home, believing they are safe. However, inflation erodes purchasing power year after year. This means money loses value while sitting idle, even if you don't notice. Investing is not only for the wealthy, it's a necessity for anyone who wants to protect and grow their wealth. There are safe and accessible options, like government bonds, certificates of deposit, and index funds. The most important step is to start, even with small amounts, and build the habit of investing monthly. An additional mistake, connected to all the others, is not setting clear financial goals. Living without objectives means money is spent automatically, without awareness. When there's no defined purpose, every dollar goes wherever emotion dictates. Having clear goals such as buying a house, traveling, changing a car, or simply achieving financial freedom. Money direction. This clarity transforms the relationship with expenses because every saving is seen as a step toward a dream. Money stops being just consumption and becomes a tool for achievement. Another common mistake is underestimating small expenses. What seems insignificant, like a cheap subscription or a quick snack, can become a big hole at the end of the month. The so-called ant effect silently drains the budget. Many believe only big expenses harm financial health, but the small ones, precisely because they are frequent and invisible, cause more damage. To correct this, simply review subscriptions, plan meals, and limit impulse purchases. This simple habit generates considerable savings in the long run. It's also a mistake to think that higher income alone solves financial problems. Without discipline, earning more only raises the lifestyle and expenses. This phenomenon is called lifestyle inflation. The person earns more, spends more, and remains in the same place in terms of wealth. The secret is to keep expenses under control, even as income increases. If each raise is accompanied by proportional increases in saving and investing, the long-term result will be real wealth building. Another neglected point is the lack of continuous financial education. The world of money is constantly changing, with new products, new rules, and new opportunities appearing daily. Those who don't update themselves fall behind, making mistakes out of ignorance. Reading books, watching videos, and following financial content should not be seen as a boring obligation, but as an investment in yourself. The more you understand about money, the more power you have to make the right decisions. Knowledge is the key that unlocks financial independence. Many people also make the mistake of ignoring the long-term impact of debt. A loan or financing, for example, may seem small at first, but when adding interest and adjustments, it consumes a large portion of income for years. The same happens with personal loans or poorly planned installments. The illusion of buy now, pay later brings immediate comfort, but creates invisible chains that tie you down in the future. Planning purchases, avoiding unnecessary financing, and paying in cash whenever possible are habits that keep you out of traps. There's also the mistake of relying exclusively on a single source of income. The job market is unstable, and no one is 100% safe in one job. Those who depend only on a salary face great risks during crisis. Diversifying income sources is a smart way to protect yourself. This can be done through investments, side jobs, digital businesses, or any activity that generates additional returns. True security comes from having several doors open. Another frequent mistake is comparing yourself to others. In the age of social media, it's easy to fall into the trap of measuring your financial life based on what you see from friends or influencers. The problem is that what people show rarely matches reality. Many flaunt cars, trips, and expensive clothes while being deeply in debt. Comparison creates anxiety, frustration, and impulsive decisions. Each person has their own financial journey, and the only comparison that makes sense is with yourself seeking to be better today than yesterday. A highly damaging mistake is not planning for retirement early. Many people believe public pensions will be enough, but in practice, the benefits rarely guarantee quality of life. The earlier you plan for retirement, the less effort is required. Regularly investing in pension funds, stocks, or real estate can ensure peace of mind in the future. Ignoring this is transferring today's lack of planning into tomorrow's consequences. Another delicate point is spending without considering the psychological impact. Many purchases are made to relieve emotion stress, sadness, or excitement. This therapeutic shopping behavior may seem harmless, but creates debt and regret. Learning to deal with emotions without translating them into spending is a way to strengthen not only financial health, but also mental health. Money should be a tool for building, not a temporary medicine for feelings. Another mistake is not involving family in financial planning. When only one person manages the household budget while others spend without awareness, individual effort is wasted. The ideal is to make finances an open topic at home. Children can learn about saving from an early age, spouses can align goals, and everyone can contribute to a more stable future. Money, when treated as a collective subject, strengthens bonds and prevents conflict. It's also a common mistake to ignore the importance of time in investments. Many delay starting because they think they need large amounts. But time is more important than the initial sum. Those who invest early, even with small amounts, benefit from compound interest working for more years. Each month of delay is a missed opportunity. Therefore, starting today, with whatever you have, is always better than waiting for the perfect moment. Another serious mistake is not reviewing the budget regularly. Life changes. New expenses arise, jobs change, children are born, and sticking to the same financial plan from years ago no longer makes sense. Reviewing the budget periodically is essential to adapt to current reality. This allows you to cut unnecessary expenses and adjust goals whenever needed. The budget is a living organism and must evolve with life's changes. It's also a mistake to rely solely on luck or hope for miraculous solutions. Many people spend on lotteries, gambling, or dubious schemes, believing they'll get rich overnight. The truth is that wealth building is built on discipline, consistency, and patience. There are no magic shortcuts. Every dollar saved and invested represents a concrete step toward financial independence, while the pursuit of shortcuts usually leads to frustration. Finally, one of the greatest financial mistakes is not taking responsibility for one's own choices. It's common to blame the government, the economy, the banks, or even family members for financial difficulties. But true transformation begins when we take control of our own lives. By recognizing that your decisions determine your financial future, you place yourself on the path to change. With discipline, patience, and continuous learning, it's possible to avoid all these mistakes and build a life of freedom and prosperity.